Madrid are looking to get a flying start here in the long race towards the finish line. This is a day for optimism, for hope, for dreaming of what might be. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, there's one man here who stands head and shoulders above the rest in just about every aspect of the game. It is, of course, Jim, the great Paolo Maldini.
Yeah, I feel like bowing here because it's him. He's simply the greatest of them all, the inspiration for so many top-class defenders.
Zico tries to pass it through. He's beaten keeper, but hit the post. Oh no, what has happened here? Look at the space. Can he finish? It's hit the upright. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
Whistle's gone, that's foul. What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Messi! He went for the curler. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Now it's Romario. Nicely weighted ball. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. He intercepts the throw, that's well read. Can he get it through? Pass somewhat off target. And it's Messi. It's a threatening ball. And a chance! Goal! Milan! The first significant strike. That is a super smooth goal. Beautiful manoeuvring of the ball and splendid authority in the finish.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Milan have penetrated for the first shot, surely! And that's a good finish. They are purring, truly purring. And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
And yes, it's him. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Zico. And this is Van Basten. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And here's Romario.
Romario really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Madrid are still behind as we reach out for half-time. And he was alert to it. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Koundé is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Edmilson. Not the most accurate pass. Raul. That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped
There
it.
will be 3 minutes at a time.
Maldini. That's an imaginative pass. He's shifting through the gears here. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically. And that is the end of the first half. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I'm looking at the body language, Peter, and it doesn't look great. It's going to be pretty hard for them to pick themselves up from here. But there's still a maybe at play. Maybe they'll thrive on the adversity.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So we're underway for the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Raul absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And that is headed for the middle, and he's there to get it away. Raul. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And that is exemplary defending.
Some inspired work that. It's good that someone knew exactly what they were doing.
Quarter of an hour into the second half.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's Hullet. And there's the shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Hullet actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Milan with the corner, there first. He's there to head it! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
And he's quick to get rid. Milan have reclaimed it. Now it's Van Basten. Oh, that's a key interception. Messi. Zico. And here's Van Basten. Batistuta. Shot goal! Off the post! And that's a tiny finish. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Just one in it now.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Substitution on the field. Number 9, Raul. Coming on to replace him is number 22, Messi. Substitution on the field. Number 24, Zerberto. Coming on the field is number 7, Roberto Carlos.
So we have movement on both benches. And it's Edmilson. Rodgers. Rodgers going face-to-face with his great rival. What a delightful ball.
Madrid really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Hullet. And that really should have been that.
Hullet really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Hullet with the short one. Messi wins the duel this time. Lovely feet, and he's had it nicked away.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
has been cut short. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the task to do.
Now it's Romario. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. Tries to get it clear. And the shot! And that's in! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
So the referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. Madrid really did suffer for their lack of numbers here.
Well, they were up against it, but these players can take heart from what was a worthy response. There was no sign.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle, and here we go. Van Basten totally focused today, as always, as he has been throughout the 499 appearances he's made up until this one.
Well, he's a special professional who's done a sterling job to keep himself at the top of his game for oh so long. His durability and his mental strength have been a constant, and I wish him all the luck today.
And it's Gullit. And he's cleared it out of harm's way and smartly reclaimed. Kaká going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Batistuta. Neymar plays it in. Oh, the ball's run loose here. That's a decent clearance. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Can he get it through? Spread out to the left. Now the ball in. Towering header! So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now. Madrid are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Neatly clipped into space. Buffon gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Looking to play him in. He has a look up. Can he finish? Oh, it's come loose. Well, there's the clearance. Raul. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Robertson. And that's aimed into the middle.
Okay, it didn't quite come off. The execution, I think, needs a retry, maybe with a better outcome.
Zico. Aimed beyond the defence. Looking for options for movement. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Neymar. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Looking for the run. That's been cut out, well played. Neymar, a player who needs no introduction. It's a pretty loose pass.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And they win it back again. And Hullet! Oh, he has absolutely drilled that. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Quick reminder today to please drink
Madrid trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Inappropriate manner will be removed.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
He is through here. Oh, well played. And he's heaved it away. Madrid still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. Neymar in acres of space out wide. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there and evident annoyance.
His teammates...
He leaps for it! Oh, good finish! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. What a header, flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
He was always going to do that one way or another. A fantastic effort, simply fantastic.
Madrid are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Raul. Oh, he's found support out wide. Ferdinand can get it clear. Raul chips it through. Oh, well played, well played. He won't be happy with that one. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, that is superb. A dangerous moment, perfectly dealt with.
If you were looking at the shopping list of what you need in a top defender, that's it.
Substitution.
Madrid have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Now it's Torres. And the pass is intercepted.
Madrid are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence or attack, for that matter.
Now, can they get him away? A lot. He's had a shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. Adams. David Villa. Great vision. He's being urged to... And the finish! And there's a goal! And what a climax we have here! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Number 17.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that fate.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Madrid give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Oh, good climb! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
He's had it taken off him. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. A game of margins, of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport. Sad in a way that somebody had to lose. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.